This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, a hit-and-run investigation that left REC customers without power a few weeks ago has been solved. The city of Huntingburg held their 33rd Oath of Office ceremony New Year's Day. Also, Ann Powell looks at our weather. Kurt Guxell is in with sports. And we'll have WJTS Inform wrapping up the news tonight. All this and more coming up on the 18 WJTS News. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. A hit-and-run investigation was solved Thursday after an anonymous tip from the public led to the suspect and vehicle. 29-year-old Derek Breitwieser of French Lick was identified as the suspect that struck a utility pole at the intersection of Jasper Dubois Road and State Road 164 east of Jasper that caused a power outage on December 18, 2019, to over 300 Dubois REC customers. Breitwieser struck the utility pole with his 2017 GMC 2500 pickup truck. Breitwieser has been summoned to appear in court for the crime of leaving the scene of an accident, a Class B misdemeanor. The Dubois County Sheriff's Office received several tips from the public about this case. They say they appreciate all the help in getting the case solved. 3 vacant houses burst into flames in Pike County last week, and these fires happened within days of each other. Firefighters responded to the first fire at an empty house located on the edge of Union, just north of Union Community Church, around 1:55 Christmas morning. According to the Petersburg Fire Chief, Ross Elmore, the house was more than halfway gone when firefighters arrived. The chief says the state fire marshal's office is trying to locate the owner of the house. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and the house was a total loss. Firefighters were called back to the scene around 6 a.m. for another fire. Fire Chief Elmore says embers from the first fire blew onto the roof of a vacant house next door, causing another fire. Fire damage was limited to the roof. Then firefighters responded to multiple reports of another house fire a few days later. Otwell Fire Captain Doug Mounts says he received multiple calls about a house at 1509 South State Road 257 in Velpen bursting into flames. The State Fire Marshal's office is looking at the remains but have not yet determined the cause of the fire. Mounts says the firefighters were on the scene for about 2 hours. No injuries were reported. A Dale man is facing charges after calling 911 several times. The Jasper Police Department responded to the 3rd Avenue and Liberty Street intersection around 4:30 Wednesday morning. That is New Year's Day morning. Police say 36-year-old Jesse Aaron Myers called 911 several times, saying he was lost. Police found him standing in the middle of the intersection when they arrived. Myers told officers he had been drinking at bars and could not find his orange moped. Police brought Myers to the station where his blood alcohol content tested just over .10. Myers was booked into the Dubois County Security Center and charged with OWI and public intoxication. Fear not, the orange moped was later located at the intersection of 3rd Avenue and State Road 162. A Huntingburg man is facing OWI charges after almost causing a head-on collision late Tuesday night, New Year's Eve. Police pulled over 30-year-old Robert K. Auerbaugh Jr. for crossing the center of the line at Main and 14th Street around 11:30 Tuesday night. While talking with Auerbaugh, police report smelling the odor of alcoholic beverage. After failing a series of field sobriety tests, police took certified breath tests. Auerbaugh tested 0.165. Auerbaugh was booked into the Dubois County Security Center for operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. Last year, during New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, more than 900 crashes occurred throughout Indiana, resulting in 174 injuries and 4 fatalities. To help ensure everyone's safety on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, Indiana State Police increased their patrols and targeted dangerous and impaired drivers. Local troopers arrested 3 impaired drivers over the holiday. In Pike County, 32-year-old Robert Doherty of Petersburg was taken in on a charge of driving while intoxicated with a prior DUI conviction, a level 6 felony. In Gibson County, 27-year-old Keenan Bajzath of Elberfeld was taken in on charges of driving while intoxicated and up with a prior DUI conviction, a level 6 felony. And in Knox County, 36-year-old Isaac Schmidt of Vincennes was taken in on charges of driving while intoxicated, a Class A misdemeanor. The city of Huntingburg had their 33rd oath of office ceremony at the Old Town Hall Wednesday, New Year's Day afternoon. Mayor Denny Spinner is now serving his 3rd term as the Huntingburg mayor. Tom Dipple is serving Huntingburg as the city clerk treasurer for the 20th consecutive year. Spinner honored Dipple for his service with a certificate and a special pin. This year's city attorney is Philip Schneider. When looking at the Huntingburg City Council, the 2020 District 1 councilman is Glenn E. Kissling. The District 2 councilman is Jeffrey L. Bounds. And the District 3 councilman is Stephen C. McPherson. The 2020 District 4 councilman is Jose A. Dubon. Dubon is the first Latino to ever serve on the Huntingburg Common Council. And finally, councilman at large is Timothy W. Ware. Towards the end of the meeting, Mayor Spinner asked Huntingburg Volunteer Fire Department Chief Scott Patberg to come up and join him in honoring firefighter Bill Bland on 50 years of service. The Polar Plunge is making its way to Lagodi this Saturday. People will be bold as they face the cold and run into the icy waters of West Boggs Lake. On January 5th, plungers will run or jump into the water, go as far as they'd like, and stay in as long as they wish, all to raise money for a charity. As a plunger, you can create a team or dive into the lake, or as an individual as well. Your goal is to raise a minimum of $100 in pledges from family, co-workers, friends, etc. You are also encouraged to create a theme and dress up. Lagodi Mayor Noel Hardy, who was a guest on this past Monday's Monday with the Mayor on 18 WJTS, says that even though he hasn't taken the plunge himself, it's still a fun event for those who attend.
West Boggs Park is doing their Polar Plunge. Now, I've never taken the plunge myself. A little scared for maybe I have all this sinus trouble the rest of the time of the year, so a little concerned on that. But anyway, it's a big event that they have every year, and they have different levels. And anybody that's interested in signing up for that can contact Elaine at West Boggs Park. So.
Hot chocolate, coffee, and waiver signing will be taking place at 10:30 a.m. and the plunge will take place at 11 a.m. Hospital members of the Community Patient Safety Coalition are implementing unified visitation restrictions due to the flu. The following restrictions officially came into effect on Tuesday. No visitors with influenza-like symptoms are allowed in hospitals. These symptoms include cough, sore throat, fever, chills, aches, runny or stuffy nose, and vomiting or diarrhea. No visitors under the age of 15. No visitors other than the immediate family or other significant persons as defined by the patient. However, exceptions for these restrictions could be made in cases involving critically ill patients or end-of-life situations. Some restrictions may also be modified to accommodate healthy siblings of newborn babies. All visitors are encouraged to wash their hands frequently while in the hospital and wear protective masks when instructed to do so. The flu can cause serious complications and even death in the very young, elderly, and those who have certain existing medical conditions. In an effort to protect patients, families, and hospital staff, the following local hospitals are taking these precautions: Deaconess Community Hospital in Washington, Deaconess Health Systems, Evansville Surgery Center, Gibson General Hospital, Princeton, Good Samaritan Hospital, Vincennes, Encompass Health Deaconess Rehabilitation, Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center in Jasper, St. Vincent, Evansville, St. Vincent, Warwick County, St. Vincent Orthopedic Hospital, and the Women's Hospital in Newburgh. Now stay tuned. Weather with Ann Powell and sports with Kurt Guxtel are still to come here on WJTS News.